Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. My name is Justine, and I usually do unboxings for pre-loved luxury items that I find here in Japan. I've lived in Japan since 2016, and I've had some pretty happy hunting when it comes to finding premium pre-loved items and premium luxury and vintage items. So today I'm actually going to show you guys and kind of sort of do an unveiling or revealing of a bag that I picked up prior to starting my YouTube channel, and it is a bag that I recently had repaired. So I'm also going to talk about the repairs that I had done to it and the service that I received as well. So to kick it off, as you guys have known, I've started building my Louis Vuitton luggage collection and buying more Louis Vuitton luggage pieces. This one's a big one. It looks a lot bigger than it really is in real life, but the bag that they sent me is also huge, is also a piece for luggage. So I picked up on top of my Sirius 45 that I had shown a few weeks ago. It was a bag that I picked up for my brother, which he absolutely loves. He's really super excited. But I actually ended up swapping it around because I picked up two 45s and I also picked up two of the 50s. I picked up the 50 for my mom originally, and I picked up the 45 for my brother originally. But my brother's 6'3", 6'4", and my mom is like 5'10". So my brother needs the 50 more than my mom needs the 50. But anyways, so of course I picked up my 50 for myself first. And then I had a couple of repairs done to it. So this is my 50. Yeah, it's a 50. Yeah, so this is my 50. This is my Sirius 50. And what I had done to this, if you can't already tell, is I had the handles replaced. So the handles weren't in too bad a shape, but they kind of sort of felt powdery. Anyone that has gotten like vintage items knows what that feels like. It doesn't really feel like the handle has too much structure. It feels like the internal side of it has already broken down. So I picked this up and the handles felt kind of meh. So I took this in, got the handles replaced. Mostly just for the dust cover, not going to lie to you. And also partially because the handles need to be replaced anyways. So my Sirius 50. I haven't seen this bag in actually quite a few months. So I dropped this off in, I want to say like late February, maybe March, prior to coronavirus rearing its really ugly head. And this bag was repaired here locally in Japan. I dropped it off at the Louis Vuitton store, and I was actually able to finally get this. I got this back around the same time I got my Niue back. But so this is like, this bag is pretty big on the inside. So yeah, so this is a soft suitcase, and like this bag was like clutch. This is beautiful. I picked this bag up for less than $300. I originally saw it and I was just like, I saw this and my 45 that I picked up at the same exact time, and both of these bags were for less than $300. So I think I paid like $250 for this bag, and I think I paid $230 for the 45. And I essentially picked it up and I said, I don't care what's wrong with the bag, like it's $200, so we're doing it. So similar to like in my previous videos, I didn't really show you, but so these were the original handles, right? So you can tell that like it doesn't really feel like there's much structure to it, and you can tell that it was really cracked heavily. So like they took it off and then like re-sewed it back on. That was kind of smart. So yeah, so I had them replace these, and actually I kind of like these. That's like what they did. They like took this off and then re-sewed it back up. That's leave it to Louis Vuitton. So this bag is actually from 92. No, this was like 89. No, December of 89. This bag was also made in Paris. It was made in France. So this bag is definitely vintage. And even looking at this bag, when I originally got this bag had like no damage to it. There's like the handles I fixed because I wanted a dust cover for this bag, and I was just being extra like I normally am. But this bag really had like very few problems to it. The crack, like there's no cracks in the canvas, like looking at everything. The zipper is a little bit iffy, but I mean, push come to shove, I'm just gonna put some wax paper on it and then call it a day. The gold hardware on the inside is like not tarnished whatsoever. I don't know if whoever picked this up didn't use it at all, or like what may have happened. But what I am going to do with this bag though is I am going to stuff this bag, because when I store this, I kind of want this bag to find a way to regain its strength, to regain its shape, and or keep its shape. And what I was originally going to do is I was originally going to put my 45 inside of this bag and store them together, but I'm not going to do that. So give me two. Okay. So yeah. So I have all these like pieces of bubble, these bubble wraps that I'm going to use. And I really just want this to fill out the bag. Like, I want this bag to keep its shape. I want this bag to stay beautiful. And when I store this bag, I'm going to store this bag with all of this stuff inside of it, because, like I said, I want this bag to stay beautiful, stay pristine, but I also want to be able to tell what this bag is. And then I'm just going to transfer the stuffing onto other bags, which is something I'm going to start doing, and something my mother has started doing. So she got the 45, and I sent this 50 to my brother. Not this exact one, but I sent one that was in very similar shape and very similar age to my brother, because he's so much bigger. So there we go. You fill it out a little bit. So now, since I bought this bag and then I immediately turned this bag in for repair, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to go ahead and condition this bag before I put it in its ultimate bag to be stored, just because it'll make me feel better knowing that I took care of the leather pieces. So just in case, you know, it's been a minute, some of the piping looks like it might be time for it to be replaced, but again, with a lot of these bags, I'm going to hold off on replacing a lot of the stuff, because do I need to replace it right now? And my answer would be no, right? So, yeah. So like the pieces where it shows like the size and all the other stuff, like that, I'm definitely going to make sure in condition. I don't really want to replace that piece either, just because I don't really feel a need to at this particular moment. But I will go ahead and condition them, because leaving them super dry does nothing for the bag, and all it does is create rot, and then the bag is like way more difficult to deal with later. So it can end up cracking the canvas and all the other stuff. And I can tell that this bag was used. It was actually used, but you can tell that they might have gotten something on the stitching on the side for one of these sides, but it's not that big of a deal, so I'm not really going to stress about it, because stressing about something that's not a big deal doesn't help or solve any problems. So instead of stressing about stuff that I can't control or stuff that's not a big deal, I just find ways to work around it. But I'm really excited about this piece. This was actually the first big luggage piece that wasn't a carry, it wasn't a keep all, that I actually added to my collection. And I was really excited about this. Like, so much so that I called my brother and I called my mom and I showed them this piece. And of course that just opened the floodgates, because then they all asked me where their bags were. But so this is my 50, and it's very beautiful. It's not it's not super big, but it's like big enough that I can put probably 2 or 3 days, which I'm going to start carrying this bag when I take like carry-on bag only flights or carry-on bag only trips. And like I feel like this bag can carry a lot. So the next time I am actually able to travel, I will definitely do a video of me packing this bag, and then me also carrying this bag in the airport, and me carrying this bag on a trip, and actually doing a final like review on how good this bag was and how good this bag actually held up on a carry-on only trip. So as always, thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking it through with me and watching me condition this bag. And of course, as always, like I dropped this bag off to my sales associate Yoko in Tokyo, and this bag again would have been back probably in 3 to 4 weeks had coronavirus not happened. But of course, I dropped off a large portion of repairs to be done right before the coronavirus lockdown, so that kind of sort of screwed me over. I already have luggage tags for this. which I need to go drop off and get embroidered or embossed. But yeah, so once this came back, she sent everything to me in a big box. Of course, I got a new dust cover for this bag. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to drop off the 45 because I don't think that there really is a need to drop it off because there's nothing really wrong with that bag. So I like to get bags for not super expensive prices, and then I'll take them to Louis Vuitton and have what I think is wrong with them repaired. One, to get the bag repaired. Two, to get it put into the system as me owning it. And three, to get the dust cover that I don't get when I buy bags at super cheap prices. So I picked this bag up at a thrift store in Japan, and of course it did not come with a dust cover, so, you know, ended up just spending a couple, like less than $300 for the two handles, and got a new dust cover. And now this bag is in the system as being mine, and this bag is now well protected. So as always, thank you for joining me on my videos. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, please smash the subscribe button. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave all that stuff below in the comments. And as always, happy hunting.